Round 5 of the full Send SuperSpeedway Series will be getting underway in less than 1 minute. It's the A.I.M.S 160 at Talladega, held at the virtual Talladega Superspeedway, the 2.5-mile oval with some of the best drivers in the series here today to duke it out for 60 laps in the 1987 NASCAR Cup Series cars in the midday to see who will win the 5th race of the season. I'm your producer and lead commentator of our page, joined by Mason Moriarty, one of the series regulars. And today, Mason, what do you think the mindset will be for these drivers with this very, very tough car to drive?
Just survival, trying to keep the tires under these cars. These cars get really loose after a few laps. If you burn the tires off them, that right rear is really easy to fade and get these cars really loose. And obviously the wrecks, it's Talladega, so just survival, keeping your car in check and your tires in check.
And right you are here as we see qualifying getting underway as we watch James Thurston and number 14 Burger King Chevrolet out onto the racetrack along with multiple other cars starting their laps. And we'll see what these drivers can do here, trying to wheel this thing around, whether it be sticking to the inside line or running it wide, trying not to lose the rear end because, like you said, it's very easy to do so. As we watch here on board with Kyle Freeman, the number 29, as he makes his way around going into turn 3 as the rest of the cars do the same. Gavin Austin here exiting pit road, Michael Deitch exiting pit road, and a lot of drivers getting their laps underway quickly. So we watch James Thurston here on his first lap on the outside trying to build up momentum, as we've seen these drivers do all season, trying to get momentum up on their first lap. And then when it comes down to the second lap, they will get to the bottom and run that fast lane as we watch the Burger King number 14 make his way through the tri-oval and across the start-finish line to begin his first lap. As he goes into turn 1, not using any time to build that momentum as he goes straight to the bottom on lap 1 here. Wrapping the inside lane very well. That's going to be the key to running a fast lap, is just wrapping that bottom line and keeping your momentum up as he exits nice, not scrubbing off any speed. Very easy to do with these cars going over 210 miles an hour without the help of the draft. As he makes his way through turn 3 and into turn 4. He'll be the first driver to complete a lap, it seems. Nobody else up here ahead of him. And coming off of turn 4 goes James Thurston, coming to the stripe through the tri-oval. He will be the first car to complete a lap. Well, actually, it's going to be Kyle Freeman who crosses the line first, shortly followed by James Thurston. And to the front goes Kyle Freeman. James Thurston will beat him, though, and now on to his second lap to see if he can make up any more time now, as he is out-qualifying the field currently by about a half or a tenth of a second. And more cars coming across the line here. We watch Gavin Austin in the number 88 Dale Jr. machine making his way off of turn number 2. On his second lap, he currently sits in the 5th position, followed by Connor Asbell, Josh Williams, and Dylan Kotu. The 8 cars that have set a lap so far. There's a couple guys on track on their first lap. Jonathan Ledger here in the number 29 Dodge Mopar machine crossing the line for his first lap. We'll see what it'll be for him. And Ledger will go to the 8th position as now we look back at James Thurston on his second lap. As he's on the apron in turn 1, his second lap is complete. And he does not make up any time, but now still sitting in first comfortably ahead of Josh Williams with over a tenth of a second gap to the 27 machine. Gavin Austin goes to 3rd. But James Thurston still has not been dethroned from that pole position, as most of the drivers now completing their laps. We'll see if anyone else will go out on track and make an attempt. Chris Downey on the track currently, making his way around, but his first lap seems to have been invalidated. As he comes through the tri-oval, the number 22 machine will cross the line. I don't think he'll beat James Thurston. It's a very quick lap for the 14, and he will not. He'll go to the 6th position as Thurston still sits atop the charts in the P1. 6 minutes left in qualifying. No one else on track that hasn't set a lap except for Max Molina, who's just sitting in pit road, not trying to set a lap. Michael Deitch also just sitting on the side of the track. No one else looking to set a lap here except for Chris Downey, who's on his second lap in the MBNA number 22 machine, coming through turns number 3 and 4. Down to the bottom, trying to keep the rears in check as he comes through 3 and 4. And now out of turn 4 goes the 22, trying to make something happen and beat James Thurston, but I don't think it's going to work as he comes through the tri-oval. The second lap hasn't seemed to be any quicker. He might be able to make something happen here as he comes across the start-finish line. This 22 will go nowhere. Oh! Now it's updated, and Chris Downey has beat James Thurston and taken the pole position away in a very fast lap for the 22, as he beats Thurston by a mere 20 thousandths of a second. And it's a great lap for Chris Downey. Now we wait for the rest of the field to set their laps. Joseph Lewis on track, trying on his second lap now. He's going to spin it out, and his qualifying will be over. Corey Lyles out on the track right now, exiting pit road with just about 5 minutes left. Only 5 drivers yet to set a lap time. Max Molina also out on the track with Corey Lyles here. As Lyles goes into turn 3 on the outside, building up momentum. As here comes Corey Lyles off of turn 4, so does Max Molina. Right behind him, Joseph Lewis, the only other car on the track. He makes his way down off of turn number 2 here and down the Talladega super stretch, trying to make something happen from the 6th position. As Lyles and Molina now starting their laps, both crossing the line here. Molina in the Hooters number 7 is going to make his way down into turn 1, running the top line to make up momentum for his second lap. He's not going to try for a fast one here, but Corey Lyles, on the other hand, is, as he runs the bottom line, coming there off of turn 2. Goes the 56 in the Dale Earnhardt machine. Down the back straightaway goes the 56 of Lyles into turn 3, trying to make something happen and beat Downey and Thurston, the 2 drivers who are a 10th ahead of the field. And Corey Lyles now coming off of turn 4, looking to do just that, as he makes his way down the front straightaway through the tri-oval. Corey Lyles will go to the 4th position, it seems, here as he crosses the line. It is the 4th position for Corey Lyles. Look at Max Molina now. He goes down the back straightaway into turn 3 in the number 7 machine, looking for something here on his second lap. His first lap put him in last as he ran the top to make up momentum. And as he comes off of turn 4, down the front straightaway again, the 7 machine into the tri-oval, Max Molina will go to the 14th position currently. Now Molina will go. Was going to go 8th fastest is the 7, and blows up in a violent wreck into turn 1 after his laps are over. Corey Lyles puts it in 3rd position on his second lap. You see Joseph Lewis, the last car on track. No more drivers attempting to set a lap, as Daniel Moore, Vincent Guecci, and Daniel Mosteller not attempting to make a lap. They still sit in pit road idling. And it's the 28 of Joseph Lewis staying in the 7th position now. His qualifying seems to be over as we near the end here. And this field looks to be set. I don't think anyone else is going to set a lap. Now we're just wait for these guys to finish up. So 2 minutes left. Qualifying, Chris Downey still sits as your leader with a 46.647. James Thurston in second with a 46.668. It's Corey Lyles in third with a 46.690. Josh Williams in fourth with a 46.760. Followed closely by Gavin Austin with a 46.776. Now Joseph Lewis enters pit road. His qualifying is done. And we wait for these 3 drivers in the back to hit that ready to race button. And we can get this show on the road here. Daniel Moore, Vincent Guecci, and Daniel M. Mosteller not set a lap, but the rest of the field has here as we wait for them. Wait for Joseph Lewis to exit pit road, that is. As now, no drivers still setting a lap. It's just Joseph Lewis on the racetrack as we wait for time to expire here. 1 minute and 30 left. And we will take you through the provisional qualifying results. It's Chris Downey in first, followed by James Thurston in second, 46.647 for Downey, and it's a 6.68 for Thurston, a 46.690 for Corey Lyles. Josh Williams in fourth with a 46.760, and in fifth it's Gavin Austin with a 46.776. Followed behind him is Kyle Freeman, the first driver, in the eighth with a 46.809, and then it is Joseph Lewis now. As we see, qualifying will end, and that will do it for qualifying, and we will get the qualifying results up on your screen shortly, as it is the number 22 machine of Chris Downey in first, James Thurston in second as everyone gets onto the racetrack here. Loading in are the drivers. Chris Downey yet to get onto the track, your pole sitter. Here as we open up the starting grid for today's race. And it is Chris Downey on pole in the number 22 machine with a 46.647, followed by James Thurston with a 46.668, who lines up in second on the outside. Corey Lyles in third with a 46.690, and Josh Williams with a 46.760 in P4. Gavin Austin with a 46.776 will line up P5, alongside Kyle Freeman with a 46.809, who sits P6. And Joseph Lewis with a 46.846, with Max Molina on his outside, a 46.885. And CJ Allman with a 46.908 in P9, and Cooper Nash with a 46.977. And I'll hand it over to Mason Moriarty to give you the rest of your grid.
Wasn't paying attention.
Alright, we'll go to P11 here with Michael Deitch of a 47.024 and Jonathan Ledger in P12 with a 47.043. In 13th is Connor Asbo with a 47.141, and in 14th is Dylan Cote with a 47.183. Daniel Mosteller, Vincent Guecci, and Daniel Moore, the three drivers that did not set a lap, as the drivers exit the front straightaway through turns 1 and 2 behind the pace car. Their one and only pace lap. I believe they'll have 2 fast repairs on their cars today, 60 laps. They'll have to make a pit stop, especially for tires, but they probably won't have enough to make it on fuel here, as these guys make their way off of turn 2 following that pace car. And down the back straightaway, drivers getting heat into their tires, scrubbing around. Corey Lyles driving onto the apron for no apparent reason, as drivers make their way down the back straightaway. All lined up. Everyone who is in the race is on the track here. 3 drivers that did not complete qualifying attempts here, still on the track. Purposely doing that to avoid the carnage that would be this car at this track. We should see some pretty big wrecks today, and it's going to be hard for these guys to keep their cars clean as they go through turn 3 now. Lights are off on the pace car. The iRacing pace car down into turn 3 and 4. It's the 22, Chris Downey, who will lead James Thurston with help from Corey Lyles, who is in third. Fourth will be pushing James Thurston. That's Josh Williams, and then Gavin Austin and Kyle Freeman. It's top 4, top 5, very competitive when it comes to lap times and qualifying. And we'll see how it shapes out in the race for them as they get drivers exit turn 4. 60 laps of the race about to get underway as the pace car makes the hard left turn down under the apron, and it will turn into pit road very shortly. Indeed, as they come into the tri-oval, they will make their way into the Geico restart zone very shortly. When the green flag drops, they'll get under the way for the first time today. It will be Chris Downey leading James Thurston through the tri-oval, pacing for the last time, and as they make their way through the center of the tri-oval to the beginning of the Geico restart zone, the green flag will drop here. And we are underway at Talladega. It's Chris Downey with a good start, but James Thurston an even better one. Thurston on the outside is going to lead the field to green. One car down on the apron, that's Michael Deitch as they enter turn 1. Thurston will get clear of the 22 down into turn number 1.
You can see the top 4 or 5 separating from the rest of the pack. 3 wide back there with Molina, Nash, and the 28. They get it sorted out back there, but right now the 14 and 22 single file. Lyles pops out to the outside trying to get something to work with Josh Williams.
Yeah, he's going to have not a lot of help. That bottom lane, those 3 or so cars separating themselves from the rest of the pack on the bottom, but it's going to be James Thurston with a huge gap forming between the 22. They're going to get a run as James Thurston blocks the top. The 22 of Downey now trying to take advantage of that, but it's Thurston hanging on to the lead. Downey's going to get to his inside to the tri-oval. Nothing's going to come of it. Way up and into the wall goes Vincent Guecci behind the field, but he keeps it straight and we stay green. And James Thurston will move back down to the bottom going into turn 1, leading the 22 of Chris Downey. You see these guys already getting spread out, especially through the tri-oval. Very hard to keep the car straight. As we saw Vincent Guecci get into the outside wall, but he keeps it straight. They're almost touching the outside wall again as they come down off of turn 2. Chris Downey all over the back bumper of the 14 of James Thurston, the 56 of Corey Lyles, even with the Burger King number 14 machine with help from Josh Williams. Going into turn 3, Lyles is going to stick it right on the door of Thurston. Coming off of turn 4, Corey Lyles will try and take the race lead away.
Just Lyles and Williams up on the top, separated from the other 2 back there. Daniel Mosteller is going to take it 3 wide with Molina. They're going to go back to 2. But Lyles edging out ahead of Thurston into turn 1. Looks like Josh Williams wanted to take it 3, but lost a little bit of momentum. As
Oh,
the 97 sideways on the apron. He saves it. Great save.
yeah, CJ
Here comes
Allman.
Mosteller looking for 3 wide. He almost turns Josh Williams. Here's Guecci back up into the pack after that contact with the wall. Williams
Oh,
slipping
Williams in
up
the
the
wall.
track.
Uh-oh, there
Gavin
they go.
Austin
There they
sideways
go.
on the apron. They're all going to keep it straight somehow. And that's going
Wow.
to give the top 4 a big... Oh, Cooper Nash hard into the inside wall.
And now they wreck behind us. We're trying to look at a replay of the other wreck. And it's a huge hit for Cooper Nash. No caution, though, as he's by himself and the race stays green. We'll see what happened to Cooper Nash as he comes up for turn 4. Gavin Austin wrecks below him. Cooper Nash hits the wall, and he spins out by himself, trying to miss the inside wall, but it backs in hard, and that's going to be a lot of damage. And he's probably going to go a lap down as we get back to the lead fight here. It's Chris Downey who led them across the stripe last time by. These guys are super spread out with that incident. The top 4 is gone. Josh Williams is trying to catch James Thurston, but I don't know if it's going to work as they come off of turn 2. Daniel Mosteller, who came from basically dead last, is already in the lead here on lap 4 as they go down the back straightaway. He's going to have help from James Thurston in turn 3. Corey Lyles trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to take away the help from the 22, and that's going to slow them both down. Mosteller right on that yellow line through turn 3, and he's going to clear the rest of the field coming off of 4. Now
Mosteller goes to the top to try to block Lyles. Here comes Thurston back on the bottom. Mosteller's going to try to get back down there as they cross the stripe. Lyles is going to lead that one. Here comes the 22 on the top. Lyles goes down back in front of Mosteller.
Oh.
You can see how loose these cars are. Lyles is sideways in front of Mosteller. Mosteller.
Oh, they all saved it. Are you kidding
me? It is a miracle. No one has wrecked yet. So many cars have been completely sideways in front of the pack. So now Chris Downey is going to lead by a pretty significant margin over Max Molina. And the 72 and the 88 are side by side back there for third. Oh, and Max Molina's sideways.
Look at how spread out this field is now. Everyone is almost wrecked. I don't know how they have it. James Thurston hard in the wall. Cars behind him in the wall.
He's going to hit the inside wall.
They are still straight.
Pretty hard.
I don't know.
I cannot believe
Thurston's
there has not been the wreck yet.
This is crazy. Everyone got into the wall and nobody spun, and the race is still green as Gavin Austin leads Chris Downey by about a second ahead of the rest of the field. And now Downey goes to the top. The only 2 cars. Oh, there they go
in the wall,
again!
And now they're crashing.
Oh, and he can't save it this time.
3 cars back there, and the yellow comes out for that.
I don't even know how they made it 6 laps with that. That was crazy. Just about everyone in the field hit the wall, and they didn't spin. It's now CJ Allman spins back up in front of traffic, but doesn't get hit. And we'll see what happened there, as it looks like Vincent Guecci in the 9, or the 09 rather, was the one that kind of sparked that incident as he gets into the outside wall, gets loose, gets into the outside wall again, comes across in front of CJ Allman and spins him out, along with the 5 of Michael Deitch.
Yeah, that wreck started in turn 3 when Guecci got loose and went way up the hill right in front of CJ Allman. He got in the wall and then got loose, and CJ Allman had nowhere to go when Vinny hit the wall again and collected Deitch in that mess. Max Molina just missing them.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I think the question will be, are these guys going to pit for tires? And I don't know. I've never done a race here before with this car, and I'm not sure how their cars are driving. Evidently, the guys in the back are struggling, and it looks like they're going to have to wait for the pace car. Mosteller is almost spinning under yellow, trying to slow down to not hit Gavin Austin as they are slowing down for the pace car. And I'm not sure. What do you think, Mason? They going to pit for tires here?
I'm not sure if there's a limited tire sets, but if there is unlimited tire sets, I am 100% coming down here. You saw how loose those cars are, and I think the drivers are going to learn from that. They're going to get a new set of tires and take care of the right rear a lot more, because they obviously pushed way too hard at the beginning of this race, and all those cars were very loose. You saw a bunch of cars sideways, so
oh yeah,
even if you didn't think that your car was loose, you still got sideways a little bit, and that right rear cheesed off.
Yeah, as you see, basically everyone into pit road. Gavin Austin leads. Chris Downey and Daniel Mosteller trying to make up positions as they enter pit road. The 88 down into his pit box, but it's the pole sitter and the 22, Chris Downey, all the way to the end of pit road. And we'll see the right sides get jacked up, and probably the left sides too, as he'll take 4 tires on his car and fuel. Downey on pit road along with Austin Lyles, James Thurston, who was involved in that incident but kept it straight, so there was no caution for him. This is a huge break for him and all of the other guys that were into the wall early in the race, as the 22 of Downey trying to get off of pit road first. He's going to be racing with Gavin Austin, and he will not beat him. Gavin Austin will get off of pit road first ahead of Chris Downey and Joseph Lewis, who was pretty far back, might have been on a different strategy here, as he'll come out third ahead of Kyle Freeman and Corey Lyles. And where is Daniel Mosteller? He
Maybe
was involved in one of those
taking
spins.
damage.
We'll see. Because he was up in the front before, but evidently has some damage on his car, as pointed out very kindly.
Still on pit road. Not sure what's going on with him.
I don't see any damage on that car, and I don't think he hit a wall, so see what's going on with Mosteller. Maybe he is taking a bathroom break or something, but go back to the head of the field. Gavin Austin is still the race leader, ahead of Chris Downey and Joseph Lewis, Kyle Freeman, and Corey Lyles. Third, fourth, and fifth, Dylan Kotu and a Jonathan Ledger. Oh, we've got cars wrecking.
The 28 almost destroyed the other 28.
Oh, wow, that was a little close. I think he might have hit him, but they stayed straight. I'm not sure who that is in that red car, but nevertheless, looks like it's not going to be the end of the world for Joseph Lewis. He almost got spun out there and then kept it straight. It was the 53 of Dylan Kotu who was speeding around, trying to get his positions back. Maybe he didn't see the pace car up there. As we see, the 53 is full throttle until he's about a second behind the field. And didn't quite get it back down in time, but it's going to be okay for him. And as the field will come back through the tri-oval, I think they'll go one to go here. So we see the pace car with the lights still on. Hopefully when he crosses the line, those lights will turn off and we'll get back to racing here. It's Gavin Austin, Chris Downey leading the field. Two cars that have been in the front for the beginning of this race so far. James Thurston way back in dead last. We'll see if he could fight to the front like Mosteller did, as they're 15th and 17th, the guys who were leading early. See, there's Mosteller coming off of turn 4 with all that damage on his car that he was fixing. Way in the back as Mosteller goes back down pit road again, evidently for more repairs. The 88 gets on pit road pretty hot, trying to get all that he could get before the field comes back around, as the lights are off on the pace car. As the field gets filed up too wide, this will be the green flag lap, as there's cars almost wrecking on the apron. But they're staying straight, and we'll see, as you can hear, Daniel Mosteller exiting pit road. Or that would be someone else going by him off of pit road. I believe it's Michael Deitch, who is got damage on his right side of his race car, involved in that incident, and it's going to be okay for the 5 as he gets it slowed down to the back of the pack on the lead lap. Daniel Moore, same situation, there he is in the back. James Thurston, Daniel Mosteller, trying to get the repairs, as Thurston is very far behind the field as he watches Mosteller get off of pit road. We'll see if these guys can make it back to the field in time. As Gavin Austin leads them down the back, they should have no problems whatsoever getting to the back of the pack. As Gavin Austin on the bottom. On the top is Chris Downey, who lost the lead on the initial restart to James Thurston on the top lane, but we'll see if he can get a good jump on the rest of the field here. He's got help from Kyle Freeman in that number 4 machine, or the number 4 position, the number 29 machine. Dylan Kotu in 5th, Corey Lyles in 6th. Vincent Guecci in 7th in the 9 machine, running into the back of Corey Lyles. Above him is Josh Williams, and then Cooper Nash in 9th, Molina in 10th. In 11th is Michael Deitch, Jonathan Ledger in 12th, followed by C.J. Elman in 13th, Daniel Moore in 14th, Connor Asbell 15th, Thurston and Mosteller trying to make it to the back of the field, and they'll do so as they're single file pretty far back there. Not a lot of cars in the top lane. And as the pace car exits the racetrack for the second time today, they will make the hard left turn onto pit road. And the 88 of Gavin Austin will lead the field into the tri-oval. He'll go in the restart zone. Where that be is his decision as they make it through the tri-oval and into the Geico restart zone. Austin going very early and gets a good jump on the rest of the field, but not a lot of help for that 88 machine. More help by Kyle Freeman to the back of the 22 as we see the field get filed up behind.
3 wide with the 56, 28, and 27 back there. They get sorted out back to 2 wide. Here comes the 22. Do they get 88's back bumper? I'm not sure if he's going to... He looks like he's going to try to move outside of him. Gavin Austin
Big
moves
block.
up. He blocked him.
Go down the back.
Here's Kyle Freeman going to the inside. He's going to have to check up for Gavin Austin. Here comes Lyles, 3 wide for the
Whoa.
lead.
Lyles had a
Corey Lyles
huge
to the
run.
lead with Vincent Guecci. Lyles is clear low. He's going to stay up with Guecci, though. Gavin Austin moves up and dries out Downey. Max Molina up there on the top 2. Lyles drops down a little bit.
Oh, someone's in the wall. They keep it straight again. Looks like that was Mosteller who hit the wall. And now down into turn 1, it is Lyles leading Vincent Guecci. Oh, Guecci's around it. He saves it. And Lyles saves it. And then there's another close call. And they keep it straight again as there's cars on the wall for 2. Austin is way down on the apron. I think that was the 55 who was out for the inside wall of Cooper Nash, and they keep it straight again. This is insane. I don't know how they don't wreck here, as they keep having close calls and they keep staying straight. But nevertheless, back to the front is Gavin Austin, who got off of the apron and held the lead. Now Corey Lyles helping him. Max Molina on the top with a big run coming from Mosteller. Mosteller to the bottom. Mosteller is hauling the mail in the 87 to the apron. Goes Mosteller with the run of the century. Oh, and he turns Lyles, and around they go, and it's a big wreck. One car's upside down. And that is the field. Into turn 1, no caution has been thrown yet, and there it is as we watch James Thurston get put into the wall. And that was just about everybody. And Mosteller had a huge run. And we'll see what happened to the 87. Just got turned there. And then one car went up and over, and I'm not sure who that was. There was one car almost flipping, and then flipping was the 53. Did a nice little blowover on the apron. That's Dylan Kotu in the back of the pack, or rather right in the middle of the pack, and he just flipped right over on his side. Wow. See these guys coming through the tri-oval. Mosteller gets a huge run, goes to the bottom, gets it super loose, and then Lyles gets loose on his own, gets turned, gets into Mosteller. Mosteller gets T-boned by Guecci, almost goes up and over. A perfect barrel roll for the 56. He gets back on his wheels. Not so lucky was the 53 of Dylan Kotu, who slides back up and hits the wall on his side. He will need some help there. As you see just now, as Mosteller had it saved driving through the grass, you see the 53 was still tumbling over. It's a terrible, terrible wreck for the 53 machine. Innocent bystanders, he barrel rolled and clobbered the outside wall. My goodness, that was a horrible crash. And then someone went underneath him. The 72 went underneath the 53. What a crazy wreck. Let's see, back to the head of the field live here. James Thurston running into the wall. He's got a lot of damage. He's spinning out all over the place under yellow, just trying to make it back to the pace car. And now, oh, he's not happy with the 22. The 22 and the 14 are not happy with each other. They are adoring each other. We've got beef here under yellow in turn 4. Looks like that was very short-lived, as Downey and Thurston, not sure what they're mad at each other about, but we've got cars running into each other behind them trying to make it to the pace car. And Vincent Guecci's about to get ran over. Corey Lyles is carrying a lot of momentum coming into pit road as he's way down on the apron, as we see the rest of the field coming onto pit road yet again as, oh, no, they're going to stay out. Most of them are going to stay out. 7 of Molina, Joseph Lewis staying out. Chris Downey on pit road damage, and Chris Downey is spun out on pit road. James Thurston is heading into the grass, and it looks like his trajectory was right on the rear bumper of the 22. Oh, he just turned him. Okay. I'm not really sure what that was about, because I didn't see these guys have any issues until possibly when that wreck happened, but they stayed straight, and then Downey got up and he tried to run into the 14 of Thurston, but he was immune to the hit because of how he was in the pit box. Very strange. I'm not sure what those guys are mad at each other about, but they are on pit road getting repairs. Molina, Lewis, Kyle Freeman, Daniel Moore, Connor Asbel staying out, as Kyle Freeman is cooling his tires off in the grass, and the rest of the field is exiting pit road shortly. That's CJ Allman, the first car off of pit road, followed by Josh Williams and Chris Downey, who is taking repairs. And then Jonathan Ledger and Gavin Austin going to go by him as he sits in pit road getting some extra repairs, contact with the wall and contact with the bumper, the 14. He stays on pit road. Jonathan Ledger come off of pit road, followed by Gavin Austin. James Thurston exiting pit road now. Not a lot of damage for him. He's able to get off nice and quick. And back to the head of the field. It is Max Molina, who has been the only guy who has been able to consistently be in the front without being involved in an incident so far. And Molina will lead the field here. Pace car lights still on. This time by, I assume they will go off and we'll go back 1 to green here. Lap 14 of 60 here at Talladega in the A.I.M.S 160. Gavin Austin is on the apron, making some passes under yellow. But he's going to have to give those spots back as he will fall to the 7th position. Josh Williams will take that spot. He's going to be in 8th. Looks like James Thurston is going to go around him. I believe Gavin Austin may have given himself an EOL. He does not want to be in the front of the pack here. And I don't blame him, because this has been some very, very sketchy racing. I don't know how they haven't wrecked more times, as the pace car will come across the stripe, and I believe they will take the 1 to go here. Max Molina still leads the field, and I'm not sure how long it's going to be before they wreck again, but we'll see if we're going to have more close calls. These guys are going to take it a little bit easier, because I don't know about you, Mason, but if I was one of these guys in the track right now, I would be quarter throttle in the corners, because it seems like they just they can't make it full throttle without getting real loose as we see guys running into each other. And the pace car lights are off. The 56 of Corey Lyles going by, the 9 of Vinny Seguecci going by, Daniel Marcello getting his lap back. Dylan Coates, the car that was flipped over, still on pit road getting repairs to his machine. And likely out early is the 53 of Dylan Coates as they come around turn 2. These cars getting their laps back, trying to make it to the back of the field before they go green yet again. Got some Stellar, Lyles, and Guecci. Has 13 cars sitting in the back right now. Well, that's 12, because Gavin Austin has parked his car on the front straightaway just before the start-finish line, and his wheel is shaking. And I think Gavin Austin may be away from his wheel right now. Not a great pace to be parked, though. And if he's still there, no, now he gets going. And Gavin Austin will be very close to losing that spot. Trying to get back to the field as the 53 Dylan Coates, 2 laps down, trying to get back on the lead lap here, but he's not going to have enough time. That car was upside down, but he took repairs instead of taking his fast repair. As we hear those guys who were getting their laps back going back around him, Dylan Coates is going to get back out on the track. We hear Gavin Austin all over the chip, coming off of 2, not wanting to shift up in the 4th gear. So now Max Molina and Joseph Lewis side by side. Those guys will line up 1-2. It's Molina, Joseph Lewis, Kyle Freeman, Connor Aswell, and Daniel Moyer top 5. CJ Allman and Josh Williams 6th, 7th. James Thurston in 8th. And the final row of the top 10 is Michael Dyche, Vincent Guecci in 10th. But I believe Vinny was a guy getting his lap back. He's going to line up in 10th ahead of Jonathan Ledger, who was not one of the cars getting his laps back. So Guecci gets some spots over the 29 machine, who lines up below him in 11th. Above the 29 machine is Corey Lyles in 12th, Cooper Nash in 13th. Chris Downey, involved in the incident at pit road, will sit in 14th, just ahead of Gavin Austin, Daniel Marcello, and Dylan Coates now. 2 laps down is the 53, who is actually ahead of Austin and Marcello, but 2 down, trying to get a hope for a yellow rather. Here's the pace car exits pit road yet again for the 3rd time today. We'll head through the tri-oval and lead the field to green. This time it's Max Molina in the Hooters number 7 machine through the middle of the tri-oval, and getting to the Geico restart zone he does. And into the restart zone, pushed by Kyle Freeman. Green flag is out, and we're back underway at Talladega. The field getting spread out as Daniel Marcello, you see in the back of the field, going wide, trying to make moves as they're 3 wide further back in the field with Marcello, but he's going to tuck back in line behind Gavin Austin down into turn 1. And as Molina leads the field, he's going to get a huge gap in between the 29 and the 97 in 3rd. James Thurston 4th as we got wrecking in the back already. That's Daniel Mosteller up in the wall. Caution is out again. And that was a huge hit for Mosteller. Oh my goodness. Try and get a read on what happened here. It looks like it included the 77. Whoa! Not sure who that was spinning down to the inside.
Looks like the 28 got turned by CJ Almond. He got turned and went down into the 72. Looked like a stack-up deal there. Thurston pushed the 97 into the 28 and got Joseph Lewis turned up. 72 went back up the track and collected everyone. Yeah. Gavin Austin almost had that missed and got clipped. Cooper Nash as well.
The 72 was the main cause of the rest of their field being involved. Is they spun and he just came back down ahead of traffic. The 77 swerved to avoid him. And you see Gavin Austin, like you said, had it missed and then got clipped at a perfect 360 and then got clobbered by Cooper Nash in the 55 Tide machine. And we'll be back under yellow yet again, as Max Molina will stay in the lead ahead of Kyle Freeman, CJ Allman, and James Thurston, who's already back and forth after the half a lap. So pretty good gains for the 14 there in the Burger King machine. They'll sit in fourth as the field wraps around looking for the pace car.
I guess that's the positive. When you cause a wreck, you get all the spots.
Yeah, he just drove through the top lane and then passed everyone as they wrecked below him. And down into turn one, still full throttle looking for the pace car. Not sure where it is, and these guys are going to have to get stacked up as they slow down for the pace car for turn two. Kyle Freeman is onto the apron, doing some twirly-doos down there. James Thurston now is in third, ahead of Josh Williams, or rather that be the 97, going around him. CJ Allman, who is assuming the second position. Kyle Freeman is down on the apron. The field stacks up. 6 cars or so made it through that. 7 cars, you see the rest of the field way behind with damage and such on their cars. Gavin Austin, Cooper Nash, all involved in the incident as they make their way down off of turn 4, catching the field here. And we'll go under yellow yet again. See if anyone elects to pit here, and I'm sure they will. We see cars going by on the Gopher Cam here on the apron of turn 4. That's the 7 machine of Max Molina in the lead, ahead of Kyle Freeman in second, and in third is the 97 of CJ Allman. And on my end, the 29 machine is not being scored as second place as he dives into the apron. I don't see him at all. Now it's, yeah, he's not on my timing scoring at all. It's a 29, but nevertheless, he is second on the track. And the 7 machine of Max Molina will now lead CJ Allman as the 29 made the hard left turn onto pit road, and he'll lead the rest of the field down the pit road straight and into their box as they go. Everyone seeing the importance of tires, and a lot of those guys that spun out and hit the wall take damage again. Daniel Mosteller, who was involved in just about everything today, is on pit road taking repairs. It's a tough break for the 87.
Go live.
See the cars exiting pit road. Mosteller, one of the only cars still on pit road here. And it's Max Molina who will line up in the lead yet again ahead of CJ Allman in second, out on the top lane following the pace car. And we got James Thurston in third, Josh Williams in fourth, and Corey Lyles in fifth. These guys preparing for another sketchy restart. We'll see if they can keep it straight this time. As we got guys running into each other under yellow. Corey Lyles is all over the bumper of 27. And he's going to give him a little love tap there on the left rear. As Max Molina makes his way through the tri-oval. See if the pace car lights turn off here as it crosses the line. Only about 8 cars left in the pack as he, I believe that will be CJ Allman getting his spots back. Not sure where he went, but he's back now and he's in second place. As the lights are off on the pace car, and we're going to go green this time by, yet again, it's the 7 of Max Molina who will lead the field in the Hooters Ford. Alongside him is CJ Allman and the number 97 Ford, and James Thurston in third, the first Chevrolet. The Burger King number 14, Josh Williams in fourth. The Coca-Cola number 27, Corey Lyles in fifth. And in sixth is Cooper Nash on the top, or I believe he's in seventh now. And sixth should be the 22 of Chris Downey on the outside of the 55 currently, but the 55 will be in seventh. That's Cooper Nash. As Gavin Austin is on the apron, and he is sliding. He does not hit anybody. A close call there, as he's going to get a little block of disappreciation from the 09 Vincent Goetze. Is that a word? Yeah, who cares? Max Molina still leads the field down the backstretch here. Got some contact in the back of the field. Vincent Goetze's making it 3 wide. Got cars lined up in the back, and everyone with damage. See the 72 of Connor Asbell, who was the one spinning straight across the track last time. A lot of damage on his left front. He's going to be one of the first cars out on track who might be without a fast repair. And he's sitting on the back of the pack with a very, very damaged race car. And we'll see what's going to play out for him. Behind him is Jonathan Ledger. And then Daniel Moore, Dylan Coates, Daniel Mosteller, and Joseph Lewis catching the pace car. All cars involved in wrecks early. As Dylan Coates, who got both of his laps back under yellow. It's exactly what he needed to see Daniel Mosteller exiting pit road. Still on the lead lap, took his fast repair evidently. Joseph Lewis exiting pit road as well, trying to make it back to the pace car before we go green. As the rest of the field will come off a turn four, it's Max Molina leading C.J. Ullman, James Thurston, Josh Williams, and Corey Lyles, the pace car. For the 5th time now, he's going to make the hard left turn down onto pit road and allow these beasts to roar up to 220 miles an hour. They'll make it up to down the straightaways here at Talladega. The 7 car will lead the field into into the tri-oval here and into the Geico restart zone. He's got James Thurston, a great pusher behind him. Hopefully he doesn't turn him like he did the last cars in front of him. As they go green, yet again, it's Vincent Guecci making it 3 wide in the back of the field, but a good restart for the 2 cars on the inside. They get very split up here, right, away from the field. Vincent Guecci on the apron.
The inside is non-existent here as there's 3 cars formed up really well. Oh, Thurston almost turns Molina. Molina looked to back up to get a push from Thurston, but he backed up too much and Thurston couldn't get slowed up enough in time. But now the 97 to the lead. The 27 ducks inside as Thurston gets turned. He's going to hit the inside wall head on.
And James Thurston now involved in an incident, 2 green flag laps in a row. And they'll stay green as James Thurston is destroyed on the backstretch. We'll see what happened there again as Thurston exits turn 2 and just gets turned by the 55, it looks like. And slight contact with the inside wall, but it's enough to damage that front end and surely send him a lap down.
They're wrecking up here for the lead. The 97 almost just did a blowover on the apron. He got airborne. They were 4 wide in the 97 and Molina got turned.
Huge damage for CJ Ullman, and we stay green.
Josh Williams blinks out Vinny on the apron.
Trying to get a replay of this wreck. We hope they don't wreck again, as the 97 did almost do a blowover, but he clapped the inside wall, and that car is destroyed.
And they're wrecking up here for the lead again. The 27 spins and gets turned. Deitch is around. He saves it, but the 27 into the wall pretty hard.
Oh man, this is tough for these guys. They just can't keep it straight here. And that's going to give the lead back to Chris Downey, who restarted pretty far back in the field. And was involved in a wreck earlier, but looks like if you get wrecked, you just wait for the next one. And you get all your spots back. Vincent Guecci's up in a second now with that. We'll try and get a look back on what happened here. As we were watching the replay of the wreck that happened while we were watching the replay of the other wreck. And it gave the... Gave the 22 the lead here as you see. Going into turn 3, the 27 is in the lead, and he gets turned by Vincent Guecci. Maybe got loose on his own and smacks the outside wall. Michael Deitch spins ahead of the field and saves it. It was just a single car spin, but evidently too many cars wrecked there in that run, and they had to throw the yellow. As the 27 gets turned and stays on the apron, and then Vinny just keeps going into his left rear, doesn't lift, and that puts the 27 hard into the outside wall. See if he can continue on here as we get back to the front of the field. Chris Downey leads, Vincent Guecci in second, and Kyle Freeman in third. Gavin Austin's back up into fourth with Cooper Nash in fifth. Chris Downey here. We'll see if he pulls into pit road. Tires becoming more and more of an issue as these guys continue to spin out. And he looks to make the turn onto pit road, going left pretty far. See, Cooper Nash is going to be one of the only cars to follow him now. He fakes out the rest of the field. Vincent Guecci goes in. Daniel Mosteller follows Guecci in along with Corey Lyles. And staying out is the 29 Kyle Freeman, who saw the fake and he was not kicked out by it. And the first car on pit road will be Vincent Guecci.
Chris Downey going to lead this lap. So, stayed out, Downey, Williams, Gavin Austin, Cooper Nash, Michael Deitch, and Daniel Moore, and everyone else pitted.
Yeah, a lot of people were involved in wrecks there. James Thurston's on pit road. Heavy front end damage to the 14 machine, who was involved in that single car spin right on the restart. See the 29 Jonathan Ledger exits pit road with 53 Dylan Cotu. And the rest of the field follows behind them. James Thurston getting the left rears cranked up. And now back down, taking the repairs to the front end of his car as he waits on pit road all by himself now. To see anyone else on pit road, Daniel Mosteller exits pit road. The two cars with heavy damage, that would be the 7 of Max Molina and the 97 car, who were CJ Almond, who was the one that almost flipped and stayed green. It's a big break for him and Max Molina, but those guys are going to be on pit road for a long time. Destroyed is the 97, waiting on repairs for his machine. Connor Asbell also down on pit road with them. He exits pit road now on the high by power number 72 machine. We go back to the front of the field, and it's Chris Downey who will lead the pack. And the pace car light's already off, and we're already on one to go here, as these guys are evidently getting tired of the yellows, and the admins have shortened the caution to get it back to green as quick as possible. It's going to be Chris Downey leading Kyle Freeman, Cooper Nash, Gavin Austin, and Daniel Moore. That's your top 5. Michael Deitch, Dylan Kotu, Jonathan Ledger, Josh Williams, and Corey Lyles. The top 10 is Mosteller, Goechi in the back of the pack, 11th and 12th, and the rest of the field still trying to catch up as Connor Asbell, Molina, Thurston, and Joseph Lewis and CJ Ullman, I believe, are still on pit road getting repairs. See, Joseph Lewis got the left sides up, taking tires. Now he'll exit his box. We go back to the head of the field. The pace car swerves left. 12 cars are left in this pack here, as the rest of the wrecked cars trying to catch up Connor Asbell, Molina, and Thurston. But it's 12 cars in the field as the pace car exits the racetrack, and down on the pit road he goes. It's Chris Downey, Kyle Freeman, and Gavin Austin. 1, 2, 3 as the field gets stacked up. We'll see if the inside lane can stay together like it did not last time. And we go back into the Geico restart zone. It's Chris Downey who will lead the field to green with no help at all. Gavin
Big
Austin
checkup on the outside.
No lanes went.
There's a big checkup on the outside, and Chris Downey's going to gap the field. Gavin Austin and Josh Williams side by side. Josh Williams going to duck down, but he's going to get split by Michael Deitch. He's going to try to get down behind Deitch. Gavin Austin goes inside of Chris Downey for the lead. There's no help, though. Ledger on the apron. 3 wide. 4 wide back there. There's still 3 wide.
Thurston made it 4 wide.
Here comes Cooper Nash. 3 wide for the lead with Gavin Austin and the 22.
Heard someone making contact with the wall into turn 3, but they stayed straight. For the most part, it looks like maybe the 77, but as they come up for turn 4, it's Max Molina. Back 30
James
wide.
Thurston and Daniel Mosteller on the top, making big ground.
Oh, Thurston's really loose. Keeps it straight. To the bottom goes to 55 and Nash.
22 goes bottom 2. James Thurston ahead of Chris Downey right now for the lead. Here comes Mosteller with some more help. They're 3 wide back there. Here comes Guecci on the top. Guecci puts Mosteller 3 wide.
Oh yeah, here they go, trying to get to the bottom is Guecci with help from the 56. He's going to have to get down now as Thurston clears it very close to coming across the nose of the 22. Now Vincent spins by himself. He saves it, and Mosteller gets turned. He saves it also. Oh my god, did they keep it straight? No, they didn't. There goes Gavin Austin around the head of the pack, and they are wrecking again. The caution will not fly, and Gavin Austin will get it straightened out.
No yellow for that. There's the caution.
Yeah. Field got too spread out, and we'll have to see what happened there. Guecci took the lead, got into the bottom, and spun out all by himself. And that kind of caused an accordion effect as we see them going through 3. The 87 of Mosteller gets turned. And then it's the 29 of Kyle Freeman, who just drives through the left rear of the 88 as he's trying to save his race car. Going around ahead of the field. You see here he's spinning, and the 29 gets into his left rear, but we're right on board with Gavin Austin here. As he gets put into the wall, they keep it straight. He's sideways, trying to save it, and then the 29 drives through him with nowhere to go at all. And Gavin Austin, involved in another incident, spins down, almost collects the 72 of Connor Asbell, but does not, and the caution waves. Back to the lead pack. It was about 2 cars that made it through without having to slow down, and it's only 3 cars who are seen on the screen right now. And the rest of the field very spread out, and with damage, Michael Deitch, Cooper Nash, Daniel Mosteller, 4th, 5th, 6th, all cars that were involved in the wreck. And Lyles, Thurston, and Downey are all by themselves up here. You see all these wreck cars. Michael Deitch is about spinning out here under yellow, trying to keep it straight. And they're almost making contact ahead of him as there's just a bunch of cars with damage trying to make it through to the pace car and get back down on the pit road to take more repairs. This is the 14 of James Thurston ahead of Chris Downey and Corey Lyles. Cooper Nash here in the 4th position. Michael Deitch in 5th. Mosteller in 6th. Michael Deitch is going to take that spot back from the 55 here on the apron. 6 cars in the back currently. 2 more in the back of the frame trying to make it to the pace car before they enter pit road. 3 more rather, as Moore, Gucci, and Freeman here. That pack of 3 spreading out onto the apron. And they're going to come into pit road and take repairs yet again. There goes James Thurston. You see that front end all bent up from his initial wreck.
Lyles staying out.
Oh, all by himself is Lyles. Gutsy move. He's got a lot of damage on his car. He was the one that put Gavin Austin in the wall during that wreck. And his car is damaged and he's on worn tires. So this is going to...
Max Molina also staying out, going from 13th to 2nd.
Yeah, Molina.
And Jonathan Ledger staying out.
Those 3 all by themselves up here on oldish tires. I mean, they're not that old, but I'm sure it'll play a bit of an effect on these guys as the rest of the field exits pit road now. Downey, Thurston, and Gavin Austin trying to get out first as Thurston, but taking some more repairs on his front end, and the 22 will make it out of pit road first. Here comes Kyle Freeman down pit road. He's going to get out second. Cooper Nash, Gavin Austin third, and 4th, I believe. James Thurston and Gavin Austin still sit on pit road taking repairs. And so does the rest of the field. Here comes Gavin Austin off. He's going to come out 4th. And that's your top 7. As it is Corey Lyles, Jonathan Ledger, and Max Molina leading the field. And pace car lights are already off, and they're already going 1 to green. And so these guys that are sitting on pit road getting repairs are going to need to bust it out of there as quick as they can. See James Thurston just now getting out of pit road, crossing the start-finish line as the leaders go down the back.
They should be all be able to make the pack, as there's still about half a lap of pacing left. Check your DMs.
97 is CJ Allman. And as they go through turn 3, is Corey Lyles leading the pack ahead of the 29, shown as the 15 on iRacing, but the 29 on track in 2nd and in 3rd. And why don't we do an over-under here? And I think my guess is 3 laps they make it without losing the rear end here. And give me an over-under.
I'm gonna say under. There's some guys that haven't been up there this race yet. On some older tires. I'm not sure how old, but any laps really on these tires are old. The right rear just fades away so quickly, but Ledger and Lyles front row. We'll see what they can do on this restart.
Right.
Come to the restart zone. Corey Lyles gets a really good jump on Ledger. Josh Williams checking up a little bit there. Molina and Ledger side by side for 2nd.
So they go with the field super spread out.
Yeah.
It's 2 packs
Ledger on the top, fading. Here comes the 22 on the outside of Kotu. Guecci going with him. Molina up there with him. Guecci's going bottom. He's going to put Max Molina 3 wide. Cooper Nash on the inside. Vincent Guecci with a big run to the lead, passing Lyles and Downey with no help at all. Just purely a run he got from being behind them. Here comes Thurston and Gavin Austin with a big run.
Thurston is flying.
They are hauling the mail. Guecci's up a little bit. Lyles gets to his bumper a little bit. Here comes Thurston.
3 wide middle.
Get blocked by Nash. He's going to go 3 wide. Here comes Mosteller with a big run, too. 3 wide for 2nd. Mosteller's going to go middle with Thurston. He's going to go all the way down. He's not clear on Lyles. They both save it somehow.
My God.
Somehow they both save it. Mosteller made a really aggressive move and just was not clear of Lyles there. Go back to the lead. Here comes Guecci to the inside at Downey with help from Cooper Nash. Just 4 cars in this little pack here.
Yeah.
Vincent Guecci gonna be a little bit ahead of Ledger, or not Ledger, Downey coming to the line. Cooper Nash sliding up the track a little bit. Guecci goes up and puts a big block on Downey. Here comes Josh Williams and Max Molina back into the picture. They just put halfway on this race. Lap 31 out of 60. 30 laps to go. 30 completed. Thurston putting Downey 3 wide. Josh Williams looks like he looked like he was gonna go with him for a second there, but didn't. Thurston is not clear on Downey. That's gonna shuffle him back to the back.
Oh,
Vinny
sideways.
up the track, big
Again.
loose, and he's gonna go to the back of this little pack. So Downey and Nash side by side. Mosteller giving a big push to Thurston. Thurston going 3 wide. Mosteller going with him. Downey's alone. Mosteller in the wall a little bit. Thurston's clear on Downey though. Maybe clear all the way down. He's gonna get in front of Nash. Power move by James Thurston there. 3 wide. And Cooper Nash is sideways on the apron. He saves it. Everyone gets around him.
Oh!
Gavin Austin's in the wall, and he's gonna hit the inside wall pretty hard.
We stay green here.
But
they made it 3 laps, so I was right. But they stayed
Downey
green.
and Thurston side by side for the lead. Downey almost clear Thurston, but he's not gonna get there quite. See what Josh Williams does here. Here comes Guecci with a big run on Josh Williams and Mosteller and Molina, all with big runs.
Oh, here comes Guecci.
Guecci's gonna push Thurston. Mosteller's gonna go up with Downey.
These guys are all over the place, and there's only 6 cars up in the front of the field. Thurston pulling away. Mosteller is aggressive, almost caused a wreck 2 laps into the run, and he gets back into the front, hit the wall. He's all over the place, and he's got a very fast car.
Guecci to the inside of
3
Thurston.
wide.
Mosteller gonna try to put him 3 wide. Wisely backs out. He would either turn Thurston or Guecci there. Guecci, look at how sideways Vinny is, and he's
keep it straight. And he's onto the apron. He's
on the apron. Josh Williams does a great job of checking up, and Molina's
and he
spinning
spins
now.
out by himself, coming off of the wall.
Oh, he gets clobbered by CJ Allman, and he collects the 28.
Oh, and a huge hit. Deitch is in the air, and
Deitch
that
clobbers Max Molina.
Well, they made it 4 laps, so I win, but not by much, as the 7 got up into the wall. As Vincent Guecci seems to spin out every time he gets in the lead, and that caused a huge stack up as the 7 of Molina got up into the wall and spins down and then overcorrects in front of the field, collects the 97, and then collects the 5, and that will be 5 or 6 cars into the wall.
Yeah, Deitch really had nowhere to go. He committed to going low. He saw Max on the top, and Max just kind of drifted down right in front of him, and he had nowhere to go. But back up front, James Thurston currently leading. We'll see what these guys do for pit road here and taking tires and whatnot.
Yeah, I would take tires every stop, it seems now, because especially guys like Guecci, Thurston's almost spinning out, doing some burnouts. Guecci has spun out every time he's got to the lead, so he either he's just staying full throttle in the corners, or this car is hard to drive and this track is very loose. On to pit road, I think, like you said earlier, you're taking tires every chance you get, and I don't know if I believed that at first, but I am doing the same now, because these guys are barely in control of their cars. As Vincent Guecci's running into Max Molina behind him, and Max Molina is spinning out both of them. As they continue to beef under yellow. This is crazy. Whoa,
Mosteller sideways into the pit road, locked it up, trying to gas it up to try to get all the positions he can. And under this caution, we're gonna interview Connor Asbell. He's the only one up front in this race that is highest up. Connor Asbell.
What?
How's the car driving? How's the race going?
Pretty good.
Thoughts on all the cautions? What do you think's gonna happen later in this race? Are they gonna lose their mind more, or are they gonna clean it up?
So far it's been just wrecks after wrecks. I had like 8 minutes of optional repair. Just keep pitting, getting a minute off, then keep pitting. But overall, I'm just staying in the back.
I'm trying to keep the nose clean. Do you still have your fast repairs left, or no? I
got one fast repair left.
You got one fast repair left. Trying not to use it. Trying to get all that optional off without the fast repair. What do you think you can do to try to get a shot later in this race?
Don't wreck.
Game of survival.
Even if I do, I got that fast repair, so.
Yep. That's what this race has been about so far, survival. Well, thank you, Connor, for letting us speak with you, and good luck.
I
Well, Connor Asbell is a little loud, got a lot of energy about this race, and I think they have 2 fast repairs. He's got 1 left. Ben, the guy that's been involved in some of the wrecks, just like the basically everyone in the field. So, like you said, game of survival. They got 26 laps left. When they come across the stripe, it'll be 25, and they'll restart probably with 24 to go.
That's still a lot of this race left. I mean, this race is 60 laps, and they're on lap 35 right now after 50 minutes of racing. That just shows how many crashes there's been.
Yeah, these guys are struggling to keep the car underneath them, and when we talked pre-race about that, you knew it'd be a struggle with this car. It's always loose, and now the pace car's pulling off. We got 6, 7, 8, 9 cars in the pack. The rest of the field's trying to catch up as they just change it to 1 to green. The pace car is off, and James Thurston will lead. Chris Downey, Corey Lyles, Kyle Freeman, and Cooper Nash through the tri-oval into the Geico restart zone. Here they come. James Thurston on the bottom. It's the 22 with Downey on the top. For the second time this race, they restart side by side, and back to the green flag goes the 14.
James Thurston with a great start.
He's got no help.
Clears Downey, but he's got no help. We got a slow car on the apron just coming out of pit lane. Looks like he got caught out by them changing it to 1 to green. Unfortunate for him. But James Thurston way out in front of this entire pack. He's going to have a tough time holding on to this lead once they get formed up. Once Downey starts pushing Lyles back there. Cooper Nash trying to get past Josh Williams there with Max Molina.
Oh, here comes the run.
Here comes the run with Lyles.
Lyles is hauling as he goes to the top, 3 wide.
Outside.
To the lead. Lyles.
Downey's going to go with him. Lyles is clear of Thurston. So now it's Downey and Nash up on the top with Max Molina behind both of them. Cooper Nash is going to get to Downey's back bumper, give him a little push there. Now both of them are clear on Lyles, it looks like.
Nash going down. Will the 22 go with him? No, Nash is going to go to the lead momentarily. The top lane was a lot more formed up. Now they're going to get formed up again as we watch Corey Lyles on the bottom, or yeah, that's Corey Lyles, the second car on the inside, trying to get to the back of the 55, but it's the 22 leading the top lane and leading the race. Max Molina pushing him. 4 cars on the bottom, the 3 on the top, but now moving up is CJ Allman to go with that top line through 3 and 4. The 22
Nash
to the
is
lead, no help.
loose.
Oh, they almost wreck again, and they save it yet again. And they keep it straight one more time off of 4. To the top goes Chris Downey, controlling lanes very well here. He's got 3 cars in each lane behind him, but these guys are pretty unorganized. Can't really get to each other's bumpers, so it's smooth sailing for the 22 now.
Here comes Molina on the top with help from Josh Williams. Mosteller back into this pack. We've seen him be aggressive and make some good moves. We'll see what he can do. Cooper Nash drifting up a little bit. Josh Williams up the track a little bit. Here comes Mosteller 3 wide. Cooper Nash backs out, anticipating a wreck. Mosteller just goes down the middle. Max Molina blocks, and he goes top. Here comes Thurston on the top too.
Thurston's in the
Thurston
wall.
in the wall.
And Mosteller's going to try and take the lead with all that momentum, but he can't quite clear the 7. He's going to stall out big time. Now the 56 machine allows, trying to put it 3 middle, and he's going to do just that. Very reminiscent of what Mosteller did just about half a lap ago, and that's going to force Kyle Freeman out of spot or 2 on the top all by himself. And now the 56 pushing the 87 of Mosteller to the lead through 1 and 2. Not a lot of help for the 7 of Molina on the bottom as the 22 jumps up to the top. Lyles is trying to make a gap there in the middle.
Trying to put him 3. It looks like he's got almost turned Max Molina.
He backs up. Now he puts it 3. There he goes. To the middle goes Lyles. And doesn't have any help, doesn't have any momentum, and still too wide.
Thurston. Yeah, if I'm the leader right now, I'm just holding this outside. We've seen everyone go down to the inside from the lead, get past. Here comes Lyles 3 wide for second.
To the bottom.
And they're 4 wide. 4 wide.
That's
Thurston's
not gonna work.
A little sideways.
Into the wall goes Downey.
They saved it though. Mosteller running the top. Like I said, I think it's just best to keep it on the top. Everyone we've seen go from the lead to the bottom has lost positions.
Yeah,
Lyle's the only one running the outside now. It's the top 3 transition up there now. Here comes Molina on the bottom. The 22 looks like he's gonna put Mosteller 3 wide for the lead.
Huge run. Mosteller drops way back, and the 22 and the 7 side by side for the lead again. And the 22
comes
of
CJ
Downey
Almond.
preferred line. Into the wall goes
Almond in
CJ
the wall.
Almond.
Here
Keeps
comes
it straight.
Mosteller. Goes 3 wide. Mosteller's in the wall.
Everyone's in the wall. Mosteller's sliding all over the place.
James Thurston, third on the inside. Max Miller slides up almost into Downey. Thurston's going to take this front 3 wide. He gets a block thrown on him, but he keeps it high.
Yeah, he just stayed in the throttle now, trying to take the lead as we ride on board with the 14 machine. Outside of the 22 of Chris Downey. In the lead,
Thurston's
he's got
got
help. Thurston has none.
Absolutely no help, but Downey's going to go up top, give Max Molina the inside. Thurston's going to come up here and push Downey. Here comes the rest of the pack. Lyles has a massive run with Mosteller. He can't really do anything with it, though.
Yeah, he's going to get pinned in by 14. Come off of 4, trying to clear.
Going up,
big block.
blocking the 22. There's going to be a stack up on the outside. Mosteller's going to take advantage.
4
wide for P3.
Molina's in the wall.
He's in the wall.
Keep it straight.
Leader
he
in
saved
the
it.
wall,
Are you
but
kidding me?
Save it.
Oh
and
my
now
gosh.
Lyles to the lead. Now Lyles to the lead with no help on the inside. He's probably going to jump up to the top to try to block Downey here. He gets up. Not enough. Downey's got help from Thurston now. Thurston's got help from Mosteller. Cooper Nash with a big run coming on the inside of CJ Almond.
Mosteller and Thurston at the bottom, leaving the 22 out to dry. And I have to say, I'm noticing the cycle here with the leaders. It's you get a big run, you go to the lead, probably make it 3 wide, and then you either get split or you hit the wall. And it's happened about 5 times. As now James Thurston went to the lead and he gets split 3 by Lyles, and it's going to give Chris Downey the lead back on the top. Mosteller makes it 4 wide. He's in the wall.
In the wall. He keeps it going though. Now Lyles to the lead again with Mosteller on the outside. Lyles has got to get up here if he wants any chance at blocking Mosteller. Mosteller's really loose there. Now they're 3 wide for second. Lyles has got to pick which lane he wants to block out of the 3.
Yeah.
He just lets Mosteller up to the outside. Thurston tries to give Lyles a push, but he can't. Josh Williams in the wall.
Kyle Freeman's in the wall. Now he's spinning. Keep it straight. He keeps it straight. And Mosteller is gone. And
Mosteller is way in front of this pack. They are going to have a massive run on this.
Yeah, here comes the 14 of Thurston trailing behind the 87. He's going to have a huge run. Chris Downey following him as we ride on board with the 14 now into turn number 1. Checking up on the bottom. You can hear how much off-throttle speed there is, trying to conserve his tires. Chris Downey is not conserving his tires at all as he flies
Downey's
by
got
the
a
14.
big run on
big slide.
Cooper Nash
straight.
Sideways, he hits the wall again. They're going to keep it green. He did not spin out.
Oh my gosh, they keep hitting the wall and they keep it straight.
Chris Downey to the lead now, but Mosteller's going to surge back on the inside. Look at that power move.
There goes Mosteller.
He saved it again. Absolutely incredible job keeping that car straight. Here comes Max Molina. We saw him hit the wall a few laps ago and get way out of shape. Now he's back to second with a big run on the leader.
Here he comes across the line. Like you said, he's got a huge run now. Downey gives it up. And Molina goes to the lead, easy peasy, followed by the 14 of Thurston. On the bottom, Thurston's super loose. And
Thurston clips the apron and gets loose.
22 of Downey has no help on the top, but now coming up to rescue him is the 97, and the 7 of Molina is going to give him the toe down the back, but Corey Lyles is doing a fantastic job pushing Thurston on the bottom. Thurston's going to get to the left rear of the 7, and he's going to get to the door of the 7, trying to get clear of into turn 3.
We got a lap car on the top. I'm not sure how they're going to navigate through this lap car. If he's going to get apron out of turn 4, he better do it quick because they're 3 wide behind him. He gets 3, but
Lyles checks up.
Lyles almost hits the lap car.
Oh, he's backwards in the grass, and he does a perfect 360 and saves it, and we keep it green. And it looked like Lyles checked up for the lap car and got ran over by that's CJ Almond in the 97. No, CJ Almond gets a big run, and Lyles gets loose, and Almond just doesn't lift.
Doesn't lift for him.
Lyles
Mosteller loose up here. Oh, back up to the lead. Thurston almost just put Downey in the wall as they're single file on the top. Dale lining it in the 87 cars. Thurston dives low. Downey's going to stay up. Mosteller goes low of Downey. CJ Almond's got a big run on Max Molina. Downey's going to stick it on the right rear of Mosteller. Here comes CJ Almond on the inside of Max Molina. That's for 4th. Mosteller's loose on the apron.
Oh
He
my God, he
saves
saved it
it. You can
again.
see how loose these cars are. Spinning out on the apron. He's still wheeling it.
Oh, there goes
CJ
the
Allman
gentleman.
loose on the
Can
apron
he
now.
save it? Oh, he
Can he
doesn't.
save it? He saves it
Oh my
again.
God. Uh-oh, there he goes. Yo, he
Chris
gets it straight.
Chris Downey the lead now. James Thurston, Max Molina, Daniel Mosteller. Just these top 4 in this pack right now. Thurston's got a big run on Downey. He's going to go inside. Here's Squetchy, the damaged 09 car on the apron. James Thurston the lead. He's going to slide up in front of Downey now. Downey drops in line. Downey looks top. Thurston can't block it. 2x2 right now.
Try
Coming
over.
across the stripe. 47 laps completed. Lap 48 currently.
Only have 4 cars in this pack. And see who's the next car to hit the wall and lose the draft as the 22 gets really loose. There he goes to the top. They're going to be 3 wide behind
3
Thurston.
wide.
Mosteller, who sliding all over the place, still has found some grip in that car. As 29 of Kyle Freeman's in the wall again. Mosteller is pushing the 14. Doesn't want to make a move yet. Going into turn 3, might try and dive to the bottom. He's going to stick right on his bumper and push him away from the field. The 7
Max
and the
Molina
22.
really slow entering 3.
Yeah,
Let
struggling.
Thurston and Mosteller get way out in front.
I think
We've seen how sideways Mosteller's been, so I wouldn't be surprised if his tires are burnt off, but we haven't seen a whole lot of looseness out of James Thurston.
Yeah, when we went on board with Thurston a couple laps ago, watched the 22 just blow by him. Thurston's completely off the gas entering the corner. A couple laps ago, saved the rears quite well. Mosteller, who, like you said, he's been sliding all over the place. He still has found grip in that car, and I don't know how. He is chugging along in second, trying to block the 7 of Molina, who now has a huge run. He's going to push the 87. He's going to do nothing with it. Stays in line with the 14, and after half of this pack has dropped out, I think they realized that racing is not the best option here. But coming to 11 to go, there's only 4 cars, maybe 5 with a chance at the win here. Unless they all wreck on the last lap. You see that's Gavin Austin, the lap car, riding around right behind him. As they come up for turn 4 again, it's James Thurston leading Mosteller, Downey, and Molina. Kyle Freeman reading the back of this pack, hanging on, and Thurston and Mosteller still staying in a line. Mosteller is not planning on making any moves, just riding on his bumper.
Downey on the outside, looking like he's going to try to get to the outside of Thurston and Mosteller and use that draft from Thurston. Thurston in the wall. It's going to give Downey a big run. They're 3 wide for the lead once again. Chris Downey to the lead now. Max Molina with a big run on Mosteller. Mosteller's going to block the inside. Mosteller, lots of momentum on the inside, but Downey's got the help with Thurston out of 4.
Oh, Thurston almost turned him. Now Thurston goes to the bottom.
Coming to the line right now. 10 laps to go as you see Mosteller sideways.
Oh, he saved it again.
10 laps to go in this race with just a 4-car pack. And there's the caution.
My goodness.
Kyle Freeman and Thurston
Thurston spins into yellow. He's
Thurston
around
just
in the
spun
caution.
under yellow and he's in the wall.
I'm not sure why the yellow came out.
What happened there?
Thurston spun by himself. Right after
Kyle
the
Freeman's
caution
admin just got removed, so
it looks like Kyle Freeman may have thrown a pity yellow for the rest of the field to get stacked up, and this is going to be
looks like he just had enough.
This is going to be carnage. This is going to be absolute carnage. We're going to have the field stacked up with like 5 laps to go. I don't see how they finish this race without everyone dying. I don't see how they finish without getting the tarps out on the track. As you see the rest of the field.
There's going to be lots of chaos in this wreck because we see 3 people 1 lap down, 1 person 2 lap down, and 2 people 3 laps down, and only 8 cars on the lead lap of the 17 that we started off. That was a fairly long green flag run. There was a fairly large amount of cars in the wall and spins, but none of them yellow worthy. Chris Downey catches the pace car. He is followed by Daniel Mosteller, Max Molina, and Kyle Freeman, now that James Thurston lost a few spots after that spin after the yellow came out.
Yeah, see, only 3 or 4 cars were left after that run, and that's a big break for just about 3/4 of the field who are going to try and get their laps back here. And you see everyone going by. No one's staying with the pack. They're all lap cars, and they're all going by the pace car. 4 cars in the field. Not sure where James Thurston is. He spun out under yellow. and he's just making his way back to the back of the field. And
There he
everyone's
is.
But yeah, Thurston makes it up to the field, and CJ Allman as well. There's 6 cars now.
I would be shocked if anyone stayed out here. If anyone at all.
Oh
That
yeah,
was a
there they
long green
go.
flag run. Yeah,
Everyone's in.
everyone coming in right now. Mosteller trying to gain any spots he can.
Coming into pit road, the 22. We're having huge internet connection issues, and I think that's on my end. So apologize if that is if that continues, as we see one car flying through pit road at about 150 miles an hour. He's getting his laps back the short way, cutting the entire tri-oval. The 22, the 14, getting their tires on that car. The 22 getting jacked up, and it's Kyle Freeman, the first car off the jacks with the 7 of Max Molina, but it's going to be the 22 of Downey leading him off pit road. Mosteller trying to make a move on the exit, and Mosteller might have beat him out with that move. I was going to get the spot back up, and that's going to put Mosteller second. And Kyle Freeman in third with the 7 of Molina in fourth, and James Thurston in fifth. And they're going to restart with maybe 6 or 5 to go. This is going to be crazy. I don't know if they're going to go green with this one. So we'll see here. Pace car light's still on, so it's going to be at least 7 to go, if not 6 to go. Or it's going to be no longer than 6 laps left in this race when they go green. And I'm going to try and pull someone in to talk to him here. We'll see who is available. And let's get in Kyle Freeman in here. He's one of the guys in the front pack. Get him into the VC here if I can get my Discord to cooperate with me.
Is he Freebird?
Yes, Kyle Freeman is Freebird. And Kyle Freeman, welcome to the booth. 7 to go. You're one of the cars that have survived. How do you feel right here restarting third on fresh tires? You got a chance to win. What's your plan? What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna wait till maybe 2 to go, make a move, and just defend. Yeah.
We saw you way in the back there on that green flag run. Was that you saving tires a little bit to see if that went green?
My front right was just dead.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why I was running in the back.
So how's your car been driving lately?
It's been pretty decent.
Has
Just
it been
a bit of
more
tire
loose?
wear has ruined it.
More loose or more tight?
It's a bit more tight.
How many fast repairs do you have left?
1.
You got 1 fast repair left. That seems to be the consensus. 1 fast repair left. As we cross the line, maybe to 1 to green. We wish you luck, Kyle Freeman, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you heard. Tires are gone, and it's kind of surprising though. It's either the right front or the right rear. Mosteller was sliding all over the place. He could not keep his car straight at the end of the run. Thurston wrecked under yellow because of how loose his car was, and Kyle Freeman couldn't keep up with the pack because of how bad his right front was. So all these guys are on even tires now. It's gonna be a pure skill battle, and possibly a little bit of luck with the wrecks that have unfolded on the short run. We've seen 2 or maybe 3 cautions happen within 1 lap of a restart. And, I gotta ask, do you think you go green here?
Yes, we are.
I mean, do you think you're gonna stay green? We're gonna have another yellow.
6 laps to go. I'm not confident in their ability.
Well, here there. We're not very confident up here in the FTM booth, but maybe the drivers are a little more confident than we are. They've been all over the place, but now with 6 to go, they've all got a chance at the win. Everyone that got their laps back, they're all in this, and they're all on fresh tires, I believe. So everyone's got a chance, and it's going to be aggression to the end of the race. We see the guys who have been aggressive all day made it to the front, and they stayed in the front. Thurston, Mosteller came from the back multiple times along with Downey. Mosteller was making it 3 and 4 wide coming from the back, so that's one of the hazardous guys. Probably could cause a wreck in the back trying to get to the front, restarting in the front. So probably won't have any issues with them sliding around. Chris Downey in the lead, Mosteller, Kyle Freeman in Thurston, third, fourth. The guys that they survived that run, and I'm confident in them more than anyone else. They survived the last run, and we'll see what they can do here as they come off of turn 4. The pace car hangs to the left onto the apron, turn onto pit road, and it's going to be Kyle Freeman lining up behind the 22. We just talked to him. He's confident in his ability. He's going to wait. He's going to try and make a move. Chris Downey's going to defend. Daniel Mosteller's going to defend. Drivers in the back getting caught up here as they go through the tri-oval and into the Geico restart zone. Chris Downey will lead him to green. And away he goes late.
6 laps to go here. Chris Downey with a big jump. Mosteller doesn't get going great, but he's got Thurston right on his bumper, giving him lots of help. Kyle Freeman and Mosteller side by side for second. CJ Allman and James Thurston behind them. Corey Lyles on the inside. Vincent Guecci moving back to the inside. There's only 2 cars on the outside here, but those have been 2 cars that we've seen consistently get to the lead. Chris Downey moving up to block those 2 cars. But Mosteller's going to split them 3. Lyles thinks about going middle, but sees the slow 22 car, so he doesn't go middle and stays low. But Kyle Freeman now to the lead. He doesn't have a whole lot of help. Mosteller right outside of him. He doesn't have a lot of help either. Chris Downey just got split again by Vincent Guecci, so Chris Downey falling way back.
Yeah, going Quagmire car up the middle with nobody to help him, and now the 87 moves down 3 wide, 2 rows deep, 3 wide for the lead. Mosteller leads that time. Thurston gets the nose ahead of him into turn 1. Big lift of Thurston trying to keep it off the wall. 3 wide, Mosteller edges ahead. Kyle Freeman on the bottom. He wanted to wait, but he has no chance now. The 213 Simware cars 1-2 side by side. Big block by Mosteller, taking the run from the 14. Still 3 wide. The 14 of Thurston's going to push instead of trying to make the move. And they're door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper for the lead. The 29 right on the door.
Ooh, the 97 up the track, almost up into the 14. They're almost 4 wide. Lyles thought about putting the 97 4 wide, but thought better of it.
They come off the board into the try over the 87 of Mosteller hanging on with the nose, but Kyle Freeman is putting up a heck of a fight on the bottom. Not a lot of help from CJ Allman. The 14 of Thurston has done a better job pushing her on this last run. As we see the 22 of Chris Downey got split earlier. No help on the top. Vinny's trying not to spin it out for the 3rd time today. Oh, there they go!
Oh, CJ Allman's loose. He's spinning. He's
gonna flip. Oh,
almost
kept it on the ground.
He keeps it on the ground. Back to the lead. Kyle Freeman on the apron trying to get underneath the Mosteller. Here comes James Thurston. 3 wide. He thinks about it, but doesn't end up doing it. He stays on the outside. Here comes Chris Downey. 3 wide for 2nd, or for 3rd.
Come off of turn 4. It's Kyle Freeman.
Downey's gonna put him through for the lead. Mosteller blocks
4
it.
wide almost.
They're still 3 wide for 2nd. Here comes Guecci to the inside to help Downey out a little bit. Mosteller all the way to the top, gives a little bit of draft to Thurston.
They're trying to control all 3 lanes.
And Thurston almost contact.
Thurston has no help. Thurston might fall back here unless he can get in front of Guecci. We see smoke ahead of the leaders coming off of turn 2, possibly from the 97 of CJ Allman. Almost went for a tumble with 4 to go. Here comes Freeman back to the bottom. Freeman trying to take the lead back.
Downey on the top, putting it 3 wide. Lyles on the bottom with Kyle Freeman. Cooper Nash checking up big time in the middle of this pack. Now, Mosteller pretty much alone. Lyles is going to try to put him 3 wide. He almost
wrecks him.
Pushes Mosteller in front of Kyle Freeman. Kyle Freeman and Corey Lyles, a little bit of contact there through the tri-oval.
2 to go.
Lyles going inside of Mosteller. Mosteller blocks him all the way to the apron.
He keeps it straight, and Chris Downey's on the top with no help. There
they
go!
Wide.
There they go!
They are wrecking
Lyles
with 2 laps to go.
Kyle Freeman's involved, and Kyle Freeman will spin, and the caution comes out, and
no, they're wrecking again.
Wrecks with a
Nash and Vinny, both of them hard into the wall.
Oh my
Under
goodness.
yellow, they wrecked.
Oh, Carl, Dad.
I know Vincent Guecci is not going to be happy with that
55 hits the wall and spins out off of 2, trying to turn the car off of the wall under yellow. And we're going to have a green-white checkered. This is going to be sketchy now. Guecci with a lot of damage, just pulling it off of the wall. And his car is destroyed. And so, not good for Guecci. Left front is pushed in about a foot on that car, maybe 6 inches into the wheel well. So, if he's got a fast repair, he's going to take it now as we go back up to the front of the field. Daniel Mosteller is your leader. Chris Downey and Thurston 2nd and 3rd. Catching the pace car. Lap car's going on by. See if we can get Vincent Guecci in here and talk to him, because I'm sure he's mad, and I think he's going to be the one that we pull in here. So, Vincent, you almost made it through that wreck, and then you didn't. Got way in the back. Do you have a fast repair left on your car?
Thankfully, I do. You know, it's
Thankfully.
not every day
Yeah.
you get ran into under yellow because someone thought that they were clear.
Oh. Not happy, yeah. Looks like 55 got into the wall, and he got
Lyles is
down India.
trying to turn Kyle Freeman right now under yellow.
Oh, we're beefing.
Freeman brake checked him,
Oh, we're
and they're
beefing. We
spinning
got
under
beef under
yellow.
yellow. Okay.
Corey
We got
Lyles
beef.
mad at Kyle Freeman. He was trying to right rear him. Kyle Freeman brake checked him and got himself spun.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of beef going on, I think.
Here
Got a
comes
little
Kyle
bit of
Freeman.
beef.
He's just getting his spot back. Corey Lyles, James Thurston, and CJ Allman all pitting. The rest of them staying out.
Yeah, we got a green white checkered. So Vinny, apologize for the interruptions here. We got some beef going on, but what's the plan here? You got a fast repair. You got new tires on your car, probably. I hope you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my fast repair, get some new tires, go out there, make a mistake or two, and see what happens.
All right. So you got a plan for the last 2 laps? Fast lane you want to try and run. You try and make it 3 wide, get it hang out, wait for the wreck to happen, or what's the plan?
I'm gonna go probably do anything I can to just get my way up. Probably follow Demos if he's near here, but I don't know. I just gotta see what's gonna happen. It's all circumstantial.
Yeah, right. You are circumstantial indeed, and restarting the back of the field. So we wish you the best of luck on these last 2 laps.
Thank you. You know, my sponsor is Glenn Quagmire. Paid a lot of money to get this car on the racetrack.
All right. Well,
He's trying to
doing
make
it-
Glenn
doing
Quagmire
it for
proud.
Quagmire. Thank you
Oh,
for your
yeah.
time, Vinny. Oh,
I just shot-
Josh Williams has joined the booth. Josh Williams wants an interview, and Josh Williams is gone. Josh Williams was pulled out by security, and Vincent follow security out. No, you're not still here. He's not here anymore.
All right. We want to get a last-minute interview with Demos quick.
Josh Williams, get out of here. Security's trying to get him out of here. Demos is out of here. Who's doing this? Demos.
Demos.
Hi,
Demos
what's
is super
up?
good.
What's up?
Josh
What's up?
Williams,
Leading on-
security, get Josh Williams out of here.
All right, Demos, leader on this last green red checker. What's your plan here? How are you going to
I
defend?
am screwed. I don't know what I'm doing.
So yeah, we saw Thurston, Lyles, and CJ Allman get new tires. Any thoughts on them? Gonna be quicker than you guys?
I got some sources from some 87 people I know. Older tires are faster. I've got some hope,
Wow,
but
alright.
I got a block like Dale here, so hopefully I won't be in the turn 3 wall.
Oh,
All right, we're
okay.
coming out of turn 4, 1 lap to green red checker. Thank you for your time. Good luck, Demos.
Thank you.
All right, heard it there. Blocking like Logano, blocking like Dale. They try not to end up like Dale on the outside wall as we come off of turn 4 here. Daniel Mostello leads him to green. Chris Downey, your pole sitter, lines up in second. Max Molina third. Kyle Freeman in fourth. His plan was to wait and make a move with 2 to go. Coming to 2 to go. What can those two do?
This is the biggest pack we've had on a restart in a while, so we'll see how this goes. Coming into the restart zone right now.
Even
Daniel
start, super
Mostello
even
and
start.
Downey.
They're checked up.
They checked up big time.
Oh,
Look at
wrecking,
Thurston
there
on
we
the
go.
apron.
Into
They're
the wall
wrecking
hard
under
goes
yellow.
the 77. Daniel Moore
And there's
clobbers
gonna
the pit
be a
wall.
yellow.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me? His bumper's flying all over the place. The 77 got turned by someone on the apron, and that would be James Thurston.
Looks like they all checked up, and
It's huge checkup.
Thurs-
Thurston decides to go to the apron.
Thurston went on the apron, and he got
Oh, the 72 drives down.
72
Like the
just
77
drove down
is not
onto the
there.
apron onto him.
Yeah, just kind of turns Connor Asbell into the 14.
The 70, yeah. And then the 72 just spins and hits the inside wall pretty hard. James Thurston didn't even hit the wall, so he should be fine. He's lucky he took new tires, because probably gonna need them now.
Yeah, so Mostello now. There's only 4 cars in this pack, as the field got pretty spread out. I'm not really sure what happened there. Mostello forgot that he was in the restart zone, waited until the very end, and everyone got checked up. That was the opposite of what we've seen on most restarts here.
All right, we're gonna pull Corey Lyles in to get the scoop on that beef we saw a caution ago with Kyle Freeman. Corey Lyles, you're up in the broadcast booth. We want to ask some questions about that beef you had with Kyle Freeman. What did you take issue with?
Well, the dum-dum kind of turned me
Oh.
after I came back up the track, but I don't know.
Wow, shots fired.
Any damage on the front of that car? We saw him brake check you, and he just turned himself. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but you got any damage on the nose?
Oh, it's all good now. I don't know why he thought it would be a good idea to brake check me. It's just gonna end up worse for him. So I don't know what's going on there.
All right, all that beef settled with, or is it?
Oh, the content.
Oh, they're wrecking under yellow. It's a
They're
huge crash under
wrecking
yellow.
under yellow.
There was a
Good
horrible
lord.
crash under yellow.
Good
We
lord.
got contact everywhere.
Joseph Lewis. No, CJ Allman just drove through Deitch. Lyles, didn't like you got caught up in that too much, Lyles. Oh, you got. Oh, you got.
yeah,
Caught,
oh,
you got
my
caught up in
gosh.
that.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. This, Vinny,
Vinny hit him.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Into the
not
air,
okay.
Mr. 97. It's a terrible
All right,
crash
Lyles.
under
Well,
yellow.
unfortunate we had to bring you in there during that, but good luck. You still got a fast repair left.
This is my last one, so.
All right, your last one. You better hope you don't get wrecked again. Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's see who else we can pull up in there. We're gonna pull James Thurston in there, involved in that last track. We're gonna see what his plan is. The Greenway Checkered. James Thurston up in the broadcast booth. You got a plan for this last Greenway Checkered or no?
I'm just gonna see what the damage is here. I have no damage. Okay. And I
Yeah.
didn't hit her, so.
You didn't even hit the wall. You just got kind of spun. You take tires right now?
I'm looking at just 2 at the moment.
Two tires. That's a bold call, trying to keep some track position. What's your plan for this Greenway Checkered? Do you think
I
inside,
don't know.
outside, or just split the middle?
We're gonna have to see if the tires hold up, because I'm not sure how 2's gonna work, especially since I slid. I just didn't want to fall back too far, and they're also 1 right now, so we'll see how it goes. I'll just go aggressive and see if they reckon I can win.
Yep, we've seen you make some good moves, so I have faith in your ability to slice through this pack and make a shot at the win. Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, heard it there. James Thurston, 2 tires. See him coming out now on the screen. He's got some distance in between the rest of the field. Some guys taking 4, along with their faster pairs. Wreck under yellow. Corey Lyles just made it back out onto the track. I would assume he's on 4 tires. See Lyles on the apron. So I'm gonna have to ask you again. You think they're gonna stay green all the way until the end here?
I think they're gonna wreck on the yellow or on the white flag.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Josh Williams really wants an interview, but
Williams really
he's
wants
gonna
to
get
talked to,
apprehended
but
by
security's pulling him out again.
apprehended by security again.
We've got a crazy
You know what?
situation up in
Let's
the
just
broadcast booth.
give him what he wants. Let's just give him what he wants. Josh Williams, you've been wanting to get interviewed the last 5 minutes. Been pulled back by security multiple times. What do you want to say?
I keep getting dragged in, but I'll say that everyone's gonna die in the final lap, and nobody has like any more fast repairs. So yeah,
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
you're welcome.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. There's gonna be death here. Last 2 laps. It's gonna get crazy. Here we go. Coming off.
Car
turn
takes
4.
the hard left into pit road right now.
One car's coming on pit road with him, and Daniel Moore's out of the
77.
race. Here we go. 2 to go. Second green white checkered attempt. Mosteller. See if he stacks up the field like he did the first time. We're having frame drops here up in the booth. But here they go. Green
I feel like
flag.
that's a good start. The third row does not go. Look at that.
3
Deitch
wide.
and Ledger just do
Lyles.
not go. Here comes Corey Lyles. 4 wide back there. James Thurston behind that 3 wide stack up. Moss Eller in the lead. Side by side for second. Max Molina and Chris Downey.
Molina's gonna have
Max
to run.
Molina goes up
Here
second
comes
now.
Molina. He's got a run coming off a 2. He's going to give it to the back of the 87. Pause. Unpause. Here comes the 7 off of turn 2. He looks
Downey
to the
goes up
top.
to the top. We'll see what Ledger can do to maybe go up with Downey. Looks like he's gonna stay low. Thurston in the back of this pack still.
Stiller hanging on to the lead. The 7 not wanting to make a move quite yet. He knows he's just going to get split out as soon as it goes for the lead. Mosteller hanging on to it off of 4. Here they come, taking the
Still
white
3
flag.
wide back there.
Oh, into the wall goes
TJ Allman in the wall.
That's
He's
Josh Williams.
spinning.
That's Josh Williams in
It's
the
Josh
the win. He's
Williams.
number 27. Do they make it to the white? They do. They're 3 wide for second. And the next flag ends the race. The 87 of Mosteller moves up top to block all 3 lanes. Back to the bottom. Here
blocked Josh
comes
Williams
Kyle
really well.
Freeman. He's controlling all the lanes exactly what he needed to do. As they come down off of turn 2, the 29 of Kyle Freeman exactly where he wants to be in the catbird seat. Now blocking the top goes Mosteller, trying to keep that run in check for the 22 of Downey.
Downey's got a
Followed by
big
Gwetchy,
run. He's
3
gonna
wide
look
into
up,
the wall,
moves
squeezes
most.
him. 3
Here comes
wide.
Gwetchy.
Vinny's gonna
Gwetchy
try
with
and make
nowhere
a
to
4.
go.
He's got no help also. He's stuck in the
Here
middle.
comes Thurston.
James
Thurston
Thurston
from
is
the back of the pack with a
4
big
wide.
run.
Here they come up of 4.
Gonna
Mosteller
put
in the
Gwetchy
lead.
3 wide.
Mosteller's got to block all 3 lanes. Here he goes. Final time through the tri-oval. Mosteller trying
4
to hang
wide
on to
for
this lead.
second
4
right
wide
now.
for second, and Mosteller's going to hang on and win at Talladega.
And
And
a
a
big
huge
crash.
crash. Lyles up
upside
and
down
over.
past
And into the catch fence goes Glitchy, but Daniel Mosteller will hang on and win in a chaotic wreckfest at Talladega.
Kyle Freeman is dead. He's stuck in the fence in turn
Kyle
one.
Freeman is in the catch fence at turn one. So mixed
Sums up
emotions
this
here at the
race.
finish. Yeah, indeed. Daniel
Corey
Mosteller.
Lyle's still sliding upside down.
Yeah, we
He's
got terrible
stuck
wrecking.
upside down in turn one.
Lyles is flipping over
His
now.
friend Joseph Lewis came to help him out. But what a job by Mosteller to hold off everyone there on that finish. They were
Fantastic
3 wide,
job.
4 wide behind him, and he did a great job on older tires holding off
Controlling all the
everyone.
lanes, and he's going to burn it down going about 150 miles an hour. Here he comes. Daniel
Into the wall.
Mosteller into the wall. He's going to burn it down. Listen to that thing roar. The 213 somewhere machine brings it home. In the smoke
We're going to get him in for an interview while he's doing the burnout. Daniel Mosteller, in the middle of your burnout, you just won at Talladega in these 1987 Cup cars. How are you feeling right now?
I'm goated. Damn. I'm
He's
so
goated.
good. Aww.
Oh, when he gets
Oh, he gets
clobbered, it's a terrible
clobbered.
crash. And Daniel Mosteller has died post-race.
My automobile.
You
His
did a great job
automobile.
holding off everyone there. What was your game plan going in there? You see everyone 2 wide, 3 wide back there with big runs. What did you focus on to keep everyone behind you?
I was just watching the runs where they were coming at. On the back straightaway, I saw the outside was starting to form, and I went up there. And, I got a good push there, and I was able to get clear. And I had a really big lead coming out of 4, but yeah, they were all like 3, 4 wide, and I kind of knew entering the tri-oval I had it because you can't go full throttle through there really when you're behind somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it went perfectly.
All right, great win. Congratulations, and thank you for your time.
Love you.
All right, we're having some weird relations with the drivers and commentators, but we're going to try
We're
and
gonna pull
get
in.
Vinny for
We're
second.
gonna pull in second place.
Second place, Vincent
Guecci.
Guecci. Your plan was to come from the back, wait for gaps to open up, and that happened. Just got squeezed 3 wide, and all of your runs got taken away in the last lap. How do you feel coming home with second after this very, very crazy eventful race?
I think I'm pretty happy. I won the All-Star race last week, and now I got a second place this week, so at least I'm showing some bit of consistency. But it was a fun race.
Anything you think you could have done differently on that greenway checkered? We saw you come from a little ways back in the pack and make some 3 wide moves. Anything you think you could have done differently to increase your chances of getting that win?
I don't think I could have done anything differently. Demos was just so far in front that the draft, I don't think I could have sucked back up to his back bumper.
All right. Yeah, Mosteller did a great job of blocking all lanes. Thank you for your time, and congratulations on the second place.
Oh.
All right,
He's
we're
gone.
going to take James Thurston, P3. James Thurston, P3, coming from basically the back of the pack on that last lap. Anything you think you could have done differently to increase your chances at winning there?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just got stuck in the. Well, I got stuck in the back, and everyone on the high side was just kind of hogging it up there. They weren't doing anything, so nothing really happened until they started wrecking on the last lap, and I finally got up there and started moving forward. And by that time, just the side draft that I got off of 4 was just too much to even close into demos, and I guess third is a good result.
Definitely. Good result for Thurston. You think there's anything you could have done differently there on the last couple laps? You know, came pretty far back in the field, 2-tire strategy. Almost played out, but got squeezed 3 wide and all your momentum got taken away. You know, anything you could have done differently? Any moves you regret making? You know.
We just asked him that.
Well, he can answer it again.
I don't know, just push Vincent maybe. That would have probably just broken us away from the draft at least. I don't know if I would have had a shot. Would have had to like push him through demos and wreck them both, which would have been dirty.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, thank you for your time and congratulations on your P3 rounding out the podium.
Thank you.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up here. 60 laps came down to a fantastic finish. Mason, like to add anything before we close down the stream?
Like I said at the beginning of the race, it was all about survival. We saw the cars in the least wrecks probably end up in front. Saw a few cars get taken out throughout the race. Gavin Austin, Dylan Coutu, and Joseph Lewis getting in too many wrecks and finishing multiple laps down. But yeah, overall good finish. Mosteller did a great job of holding everyone off on that green white checkered. No one had anything for him this whole race.
Yeah, definitely. Mostello did a great job. He was one of the fastest guys all day and did a great job defending. So that'll wrap it up here on Fireball Talks NASCAR. This has been a production of the full Send SuperSpeedway Series Round 5 at Talladega, and it ends in a great finish. But that'll be all. We'll be live next time. David Kreutz will be back in the booth, your regular guy. You know, the guy you've been wondering why he's not here. It's not going to be us next time, don't worry. But yeah, that'll wrap it up, and